Good day, dear students. Myself, Professor Kumbar Sagar Dinkar, as a teaching faculty of Physics Department from Chhatrapati Shivaji Junior College, Pannala. Today we teach second chapter of 11th standard mathematical methods. Before we start the chapter, we study the definition of physics. What is physics? Physics it is a branch of the science which deals the study of natural phenomena, their characteristics and observations. Now, what is the observations? Any measurable quantities is nothing but the physical quantities, and these physical quantities plays a very important role in a physics. Now again repeat the definition of physical quantity. Any measurable observation in the physics is called as physical quantity. We know that many physical quantities like mass, distance, velocity, displacement, etc. We measure these physical quantities and perform operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication on it. But for some physical quantities, we cannot apply simple rules of algebra. There are other quantities to which we cannot apply these rules. According to these physical quantities are generally divided into two types. One is scalars and the another is vectors. Now, first, what is a scalar and its definition? The physical quantity which can be completely described by its magnitude only is called as scalar. For example, mass, time, temperature, energy are the scalar quantity in the physics. To describe the mass of any object, only its magnitude is specified, not a direction. Hence, mass, length, time, temperature are the best physical quantities which are scalar quantities. Now we go second definition. What is a vectors? The physical quantity which is depends on magnitude as well as direction is called as vector quantity. I repeat the definition again. The physical quantity which is depends on magnitude as well as direction is called as vectors. For example, Rama, this is name of the person which travels 2 kilometer east. Now, this is a vector quantity and this vector quantity represented as OA bar, where bar is denotation for a vector quantity, where O is initial point of the vector and A is final point of the vector. Means Rama starts its motion from a point O and this motion ends at a point A. It has particular magnitude as well as direction, hence it is called as vector quantity. Now, any vector in the physics denoted by OA bar, where arrow is called as bar. That is, OA bar is also equals to only A bar is equals to 2 kilometer east, where 2 kilometer this is a magnitude and east is direction of the vector. Now, physics says that how the magnitude of the any vector is represented. Now, magnitude of the vector is represented as only A or mod A bar, where mod A bar represents only magnitude 2 kilometer of a bar vector. Now, what are the examples of vector quantity? Force, velocity, displacement, acceleration are the best examples of vector quantity. That means this physical quantity requires magnitude as well as direction, and it is represented by OA bar, OB bar, B bar, X bar, where bar means it is a vector quantity. Now, what are the types of vectors? There are different types of vectors. First, what is a null or zero vector? A vector which has zero magnitude and with particular direction is called as null vector or zero vector. For example, velocity vector of stationary object. The object which is stationary, whose magnitude is 0, hence it is called as zero vector or null vector. Now the second type of vector is unit vector. Unit vector in the physics denoted by n cap, or it is read as n cap. What is a unit vector? A vector having unit magnitude is called as unit vector. Means a vector having one magnitude is called as unit vector. It has particular direction. Now, how the unit vector is calculated? Now, consider this is n cap is a unit vector of a bar. Means a bar is vector and a is its magnitude. Hence, a bar divided by its magnitude a is called as n cap. Means it is again represented as a bar divided by mod a bar is also called as n cap. For example, Rama travels 5 km east. 5 km east is a vector quantity. Now divide 5 with its magnitude. 5 get cancelled. Hence, the remaining quantity is called as unit vector 1 kilometer east. Now, physics says that the unit vectors are generally divided into three types: I bar, J bar, K bar, or I cap, J cap, K cap. How it is resolved? Now consider there is a one Cartesian coordinate system, means x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. We know that these three axes are mutually perpendicular to each other and they starts from one point. Now the I cap, this is a unit vector of x-axis, means its direction along the x-axis. J cap, this is a unit vector along y-axis. It shows direction along the y-axis. And the k cap, this is a unit vector of z-axis. I repeat again, x, y, z, this is a Cartesian coordinate system. It has three unit vectors, means I bar, J bar, K bar are rectangular, means perpendicular unit vectors of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. All these vectors shows one magnitude or unit magnitude. Now, next type of vector is equal vector, which is shown in the diagram. Now, its explanation. Let us consider there is a one OA bar is a one vector and the OB bar are the another vector. When magnitude and the direction of these two vectors are same, means same magnitude, and same direction, then the vectors are called as equal vector. Now what is the definition of equal vector? Two vectors are said to be equal if they have same direction and equal magnitude. Then the vectors is called as equal vector. Here in this diagram, A bar and B bar are equal vector because their directions and magnitudes are same. These vectors are also parallel to each other. Hence it is also called as parallel vector. What is the definition of parallel vector? If two vectors are equal in magnitude and their directions are same and both are parallel to each other, then the vectors are called as parallel vector. Now we go to the next type of vector, opposite vector. Again, explanation. There are two vectors. One is OA bar and the another is OB bar. Both are same in magnitude, but in this diagram it is observed that their directions are opposite, means A bar and B bar both are opposite. Hence how it is opposite? Means B bar is equals to minus A bar is equals to minus 1 into A bar. What is the definition of opposite vector? A opposite vector of given vector is a vector of same magnitude but opposite in direction. Such a vector is called as negative vector or opposite vector. Means B bar is equals to minus A bar. Means B bar is opposite vector of A bar. Good day, dear students. Myself, Professor Kumbhar Sagardinkar from Chhatrapati Shivaji Junior College, Pannala. In the previous video, we started the mathematical method. In the mathematical method, we studied what is the physical quantity and how the physical quantities are divided into two types. One is the scalars and the another is a vector. Then we study what is the definition of scalars, what are their example. Then we study what is a vector and what are the types of vectors. Generally we know that there are different types of vectors. The first is null vector or zero vector. Then we study the unit vector. Unit vector in the physics always denoted by n cap or I cap. Now I cap, j cap, k cap are the rectangular unit vectors of x-axis, y-axis, z-axis respectively, which is shown in this diagram. Here I cap is a unit vector of x-axis, j cap is unit vector of y-axis, k cap is unit vector of z-axis. Then we study the next type of vector is equal vector and opposite vectors. Now we study addition and subtraction of two or more vectors. Here the process of finding the resultant of two or more vectors is called as composition of vectors or addition of vectors. Generally two vectors are added or subtracted. I repeat this. Here two vectors of same type are added or subtracted. For example, there is one person or a Rama travels 5 km east. This vector represented as A bar and A bar is equals to 5 I cap, where I cap is unit vector along east direction. Again the Rama travels few distance 2 km east along the same direction. Means B bar is equals to 2 I cap. This is represented in terms of vectors such as a cap is equals to 5 I cap and b bar is equals to 2 I cap. The sum of two vectors is equals to c bar, means these two vectors are added. Hence the resultant vector OC bar is equals to c bar equals a bar plus b bar is equals to 5 plus 2, 7 kilometer east. Direction remains as it is. Hence c bar is equals to 7 I cap. Now the second example, Rama becomes backward 3 kilometer west. Hence the resultant vector is c bar minus d bar, where d bar is 3 kilometer west. Hence c bar minus d bar equals 7 I cap minus 3 I cap is equals to 4 I cap. The remaining vector represents the east direction, means I cap. Hence, from these two examples, we said that two vectors are added or subtracted. Now we study the different types of laws of vector addition. There are three laws of vector addition. One is triangular law, second is polygon law, third is parallelogram law. Initially we study the what is the triangular law and how it is proved. Let us consider there are two vectors p bar and q bar, means OA bar is equals to p bar and AB bar is equals to q bar, which are same type of vector, means p bar is a force vector, then q bar is also force vector. These two vectors are added by using a triangular law, means if these two vectors arrange such a way that two sides of triangle, means p bar is a one side of a triangle and q bar is another side of triangle in a given order without changing its order, which is shown in the diagram, then the resultant of p bar and q bar is nothing but the OB bar, means remaining side of the triangle, and this side or resultant starts from point O to point B, means the initial point of the first vector and it ends on final point of the second vector. I explain again. If two vectors of same type represented by two sides of the triangle with a given order, then their resultant is nothing but the remaining side of the triangle. It starts from initial point of the first vector and its end on final point of the second vector, means OB bar is a resultant of P bar and Q bar. Hence, OB bar is equals to R bar equals P bar plus Q bar. Now its statement is, if two vectors of same type are represented in a magnitude and direction by two sides of a triangle taken in order, then their resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by third side of triangle, and it starts from initial point of the first vector and its end on final point of the second vector. This is a statement of triangular law. I repeat again, the P bar plus Q bar is equals to resultant of P bar and Q bar is equals to R bar, and R bar equals P bar plus Q bar. Now we study the polygon law of vector addition. It is used for number of vectors or two or more than two vectors. Generally, triangular law is used for two vectors, but polygon law is used to add the number of vectors or two or more than two vectors, which is shown in the diagram. Let consider there is a four vectors a bar, b bar, c bar and d bar of same type in a given order. These different types of vector represented by different sides of incomplete polygon like a bar, b bar, c bar and d bar are the different sides of polygon. Polygon means the diagram which has different sides, number of sides. Hence, the OA bar is equals to A bar, AB bar is equals to B bar, BC bar is equals to C bar, and CD bar is equals to D bar. These different types of vector arranged by different sides of polygon. Now the remaining side of the polygon is nothing but the resultant of four vectors and which is denoted by R bar. Now physics says that these R bar are the resultant of A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar starting from initial point of the first vector and its end on final point of the last vector. Means OD bar is R bar. Now we explain how the R bar is sum of all vectors. Let us consider triangle OAB. OAB. To study this triangle, initially the join OB bar and OC bar, where OB bar is R1 bar and the OC bar is R2 bar. Consider triangle OAB by using this triangle, which is shown in this diagram by shaded portion. By using triangular law for this triangle, we say that R1 bar is equals to A bar plus B bar. Now see this diagram. A bar plus B bar is equals to R1 bar for this triangle. Now for a triangle OBC, in the OBC, R1 bar plus C bar is equals to R2 bar. Hence, for a triangle OBC, by using triangular law, we say that R2 bar is equals to R1 bar plus C bar. That is equals to A bar plus B bar plus C bar, since R1 bar is equals to A bar plus B bar. By putting this value here, we get R2 bar is equals to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Means in this diagram, A bar plus B bar plus C bar is equals to R2 bar. Now again consider a triangle OCD. Now by using triangular law for this triangle, R bar is equals to R2 bar plus D bar. See now this diagram. R2 bar plus D bar is equals to R bar. Hence, R bar equals R2 bar plus D bar. And R bar equals A bar plus B bar plus C bar plus D bar. Putting the value of R2 bar in this equation, we get R bar. Now, what is the statement of polygon law? If number of vectors of same type given to us and these vectors are represented in magnitude and direction by different sides of incomplete polygon taken in a same order, then resultant is represented in a magnitude and direction by the remaining side of polygon directed from starting point of the first vector and its end on final point of the last vector. Good day, dear students. Myself, Professor Kumbar Sagar Dinkar from Chhatrapati Shivaji Junior College, Pannala. In the previous video, we studied the triangular law of vector addition and the polygon law of vector addition. Now in this lecture, we study parallelogram law of vector addition. Initially we study the statement of parallelogram law. The statement of parallelogram law says that if two vectors of same type starting from the same point are represented in magnitude and direction by two adjacent sides of parallelogram, then their resultant vector is given in a magnitude and direction by diagonal of parallelogram starting from the same type. Dear students, I explain this statement in the following manner. If two vectors are given to us, means OA bar is equals to P bar and OB bar is equals to Q bar. These two vectors making an angle theta and starting from the point O. Now these two vectors has magnitude as well as direction and represented by two adjacent sides of parallelogram. Now the resultant of P bar and the Q bar is equals to the sum of P bar and Q bar, and it is equals to diagonal of the parallelogram. Means P bar is OA bar and Q bar is equals to OB bar. Both are separated by angle theta. Both has magnitude and direction. Now there is some construction here. Join BC and similarly join AC of parallelogram. Now consider a vector triangle OAC. By using triangular law for vector triangle OAC, we say that OA bar plus AC bar is equals to OC bar, or P bar plus Q bar is equals to R bar, because OB bar is the same as AC bar. Similarly, OA bar is same as BC bar. Hence, now proof of this parallelogram law. To study this parallelogram law, there is some construction. Initially draw the perpendicular from the point C to point D and join AD of this diagram. Now consider a triangle CAD which is shown in the diagram. Consider a triangle CAD. In the CAD, angle CAD is equals to theta and it is the same as angle BOA. Now by using simple trigonometry for this right angle triangle, we see that cos theta is equals to AD upon AC. Here AD is adjacent side and AC is hypotenuse. Means, see now this diagram. This is a AC hypotenuse and AD is adjacent side. Hence cos theta is equals to AD upon AC. Hence, AD is equals to AC cos theta and it is equals to Q cos theta. Similarly, sin theta is equals to DC upon AC, opposite side upon hypotenuse. Hence, the DC equals to AC sin theta and it is equals to Q sin theta. This is equation number 1 in this diagram. Now we find the magnitude and direction of R bar, means magnitude and direction of resultant. Now to find the magnitude and direction of resultant of parallelogram law, consider a triangle or consider a right angle triangle OCD, which is shown in the diagram. Now by using Pythagoras theorem, OC square is equals to CD square plus OD square. Now I repeat again. Consider triangle ODC. Now by using Pythagoras theorem for this right angle triangle, we say that OC square is equals to OD square plus DC square, but OD is sum of two segments. One is OA plus another is AD. Hence, OD is equals to OA plus AD. Putting this value in this equation, we get OA square, OA plus AD bracket square plus DC square. Hence, OC square is equals to OA square plus twice OA into AD plus AD square plus DC square. But we know that AD square plus DC square is equals to AC square. Hence, OC square is equals to OA square plus twice OA into AD plus AC square. Put AD is equals to AC cos theta is equals to Q cos theta from the previous equations. Similarly, put OC is equals to R and OA is equals to P, AC is equals to Q. We get this equation such a way that R square is equals to P square plus twice PQ into cos theta plus Q square. Hence, the magnitude of resultant of two vectors P bar and Q bar is R equals square root P square plus twice PQ cos theta plus Q square. Now we find the direction of R bar. Now to find the direction of R bar, again consider a right angle triangle ODC, which is shown in the previous diagram. Now by using this triangle ODC, tan alpha is equals to DC upon OD, but we know that OD is a sum of OA and AD. Hence, tan alpha is equals to DC upon OA plus AD. Hence, tan alpha is equals to Q sin theta divided by P plus Q cos theta. This is a direction of resultant R bar and this is a magnitude of R bar. Okay? By using these two formulae, we can easily find out the direction and magnitude of resultant R bar.